So before we go into today's video, I need to correct myself on something that was done in the video of the 5 best partner pal stacks. Specifically, it is with the Frostallion Noct and the Hell Zephyr is how I'm going to demonstrate this. Now, I've mentioned in there that the applied damage that is done up is not enhanced when it comes to Frostallion Noct, but that is in fact not the case. It actually does go up. So if we have our flat line here, and the reason why I didn't notice it is because the numbers are so close that I couldn't tell. So the enhancement from Frostallion has to be at a 10%, if I'm not mistaken, something to that degree. But when you're on them, it's 100%. So right now I'm doing 1,000, but when I jump on her, I'm doing the low 2s, high 3s. So it is 100% plus the 10% from that enhancement. With just the applied damage, it also gives 100%. With this, I'm doing like mid to higher 2s. And with her, I'm doing upper 2s to lower 3s. So it is a percentage up, but the percentage does stack even further. So since it's separated with that, and I'm not sure how it is applied in the sense, but when you have the gob fins on, because like I said, I don't have Vanguard, but I do have that on the gob fins. So now doing 2,300, 2,000. So the low 2s on the back of the Hell Zephyr. We're now into the 3s to mid to low 3s. But then on the back of Frostallion Noct, we're in the 4s and hitting high 4s as well. So it is applied, and it's applied separately. So which makes the increase go even further when you are putting or stacking Vanguard behind this. So with this one being that way, then we put on Black Hole, who is the one that we have Vanguard on. Not only do we get another increase to our damage, but we also get this increase as well. So now we're at a more consistent of almost hitting 5,000 a shot. We're in the upper 4s, sometimes hitting lower 4s, but more consistently mid to upper 4s, almost 5,000. So I wanted to correct myself on that from that video. So now that that is out of the way, today we're talking about Mossanda Lux. As it reads, can be ridden and rapidly fire a grenade launcher while mounted. So we're going to be testing the damage off of them. We skipped out on the star increase because we know that more stars is going to be a lot more damage. So we kind of cranked up the power on him. We're going to also get him with some souls and stack some sparkets behind him as well, which we'll do 3 sparkets, and we'll do our flyer as well. So the difference between Mossanda and Mossanda Lux, I don't think that there is, but we'll test. 4,000 a shot. Yeah, about 4,000 a shot. And they're both relatively close with damage. One's at 11, the other one's at 192. So that tracks. But the difference is what they can be boosted up by. So for Mossanda Lux, you would want to use Sparkets because they increase the electric POW itself. And with Mossanda, you would want to use Bristles because they increase attack power of grass POWs. And that's what Mossanda is. One thing as well that I'm going to be testing, and I'll show it up onto the next video or something at least to give a definitive answer, because I'm going to have to breed down to get it after I do these Bristles. If weapons are considered to be a neutral damage, then riding on the Grintail with an enhancement should be hitting harder, but it doesn't because I don't think that it's implemented. So the real question is, with the POWs themselves that are using weapons, would it be beneficial if it is considered neutral damage for them to have, instead of lucky to have Celestial Emperor, because Celestial Emperor is an increase to neutral attacks. And if the guns are neutral attack damage, then that should in turn do more damage. So I'm going to be testing that theory out as well, just to see if it works. But yeah, other than that, we're going to also just be running him through the gauntlet as we usually do. See how much damage we can get out of him. When we stack up these boys, we're at almost 1500, and we'll go feed them. We'll put in the souls. Okay, we're at 1935. Frostallion probably. Oh yeah, let's feed them. See where we're at now. 2,322. So that's not bad. Apparently there is a trick with him as well, and you can do this with any of the weapon wielding pals, is that if you take and drop him, then it will reset his grenade launcher. We'll test that real quick to see if this actually works. Yep, that works. All right. Really bounce her around. There we go. So yeah, doing that little trick actually worked out pretty good. Very surprising how well that worked. Now that was a little scary because he did get super low health, but it worked. Let's test him on, let's go after Anubis. To be honest though, his grenade launcher ends up coming back pretty quickly. But that little trick makes those in particular pals a lot more viable. But eventually, I mean, you got to think about it. That stuff's probably going to be patched. I would not rely on that to be like a definitive thing. I don't want to catch him. I did Anubis pretty quickly. And Anubis is one of the only other boss types, I think, besides Necromus that drop large pal souls. So you could farm him for this once a day. And we didn't use all of our grenades. See how he does against Blazemut. Blazemut will be a good test. One advantage that I do see with his rockets over the minigun is the fact that he can stagger them with each round. That prevents the boss or whatever you're going against from dealing any damage to you. And then you can flip out your flyer to distract while you drop the Mossanda and then pick them back up. I would be careful about this in certain areas because it seems like some stuff phases through the floors. So it is kind of a risky maneuver. Chunking away at him pretty good. Full rocket or full grenade volley, but ended up killing him. All in all, I mean, if he can deal with Blazemut, then he can pretty much deal with everything on the map except for the level 50s, which the level 50s you're gonna have to finesse, but you can also keep them volleyed so they're not getting up and attacking you the whole time. Whenever you need to reset his grenade skill, then just throw out your flyer to absorb some of the damage and then switch out the balls and then drop him back in. Is he worth it? I think he has a place. I personally probably will not be using him. But that's just my opinion. And if you want something niche, he's pretty good. I wouldn't really say that he's great for any type of breeding purposes. And he's a level 30 boss, I think. 32, I want to say. 31. You can get him fairly early. And you can breed him with a Sparkit or breed a Mossanda with a Sparkit to get him going anyway. But if you have a Mossanda that's doing the same thing, then I don't think that the Lux is going to be any better. But like I said, I think he has his place. Is he worth it? I'm going to leave it up to you. As far as for a weapon wielding pal, the advantages of keeping the boss on the ground a lot is a pretty good one. Can't really scoff at that, but he still really doesn't do that much more damage than say using a Grizz Bolt, which you can get earlier than or just about the same time as a Mossanda Lux. So yeah, is he worth it? I think for certain niche applications he could be worth it, but in my personal opinion, I don't think that he is worth it. To invest that much into something when you can invest into something else else that's better. But who knows? If you did like a super breed on him, he could be doing a lot more damage. Overall attack power is what we figured out as damage. And if I find out that this Celestial Emperor actually works for the attack damage on them, then that would be interesting. Yeah, other than that, if you like the video, drop a like. If you like my content, drop a sub. Drop a comment down below on if you think he's worth it or not. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Keep your willy washed. Peace out.